Well, hello there, listeners. Tubular, welcome back to our show. We're so stoked to have you all here. Today, we have a super awesome thing going on for you. It's gonna be so cool. First and foremost, I want to introduce you to my co-host or whatever. So to my right of me is Stolen. What are you doing here today, Stolen?
I don't know what I'm doing here. Where am I? Is this real life?
Yas, you and your turtle bod is totally real.
Yes. Okay. So I am Crew, and I am a warlike turtle, as you can see, and sparks fly out of my hand. And I'm the
Oh,
best.
so fancy. Who is the weirdo sitting next to you with the big white hat?
I don't know. Who are you?
Gosh.
Hello, who are you?
Uh, Me?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
God.
Hi.
Uh, what? Hi. This is, Lucas. I'm, a cleric.
Whoa, that's so cool. And who is that next to you with the big old ears? He looks like a rabbit.
Yeah, he doesn't have a name.
I've been here since show one, and I still don't have a name. Silly songs with Larry, anybody?
Oh my gosh. John, who are you? What do you do? Why are you here?
I'm Jean Lafayette, the comedic relief. I am a rogue ranger, and I don't know what we are doing anymore. Y'all wanna know something kind of trippy? I was
Sure.
reading an article the other day. I have no idea what it was, but it mentioned the year 1991, and I had to count how long ago that was,
It was
because in
only
my
like 10
brain I was
years.
like, that was 10 years ago. And then I was like, nope, it's not. And then so I counted it out, and I was like, oh, it's 31. And then my brain finally kicked in, and I was like, wait, that was the year I was born. Holy cow.
Well,
So
welcome to
I think,
2023.
yeah, I think a few days ago is when it finally hit me. I think I'm getting old.
You've joined the rest of us in our 30s. How does it make you
Yeah.
feel?
I like to not think about it. Pretend I am still in my teenage years, and ignore the aches of my body that tell me different.
Well, a good way for us to move forward in that is to play a game where we use our imagination.
Hey, let's do that.
Awesome. Welcome back, folks. This is a dicey experience. We are a 5e D&D campaign based in the world of Strekabim. And yeah, just a made-up world doing some piratey things, doing pirate stuff. Recently, our party friends went to an island where Jean encountered some different things from his past, as well as discovered things that might impact his future. Before leaving said island, though, they decided to barge into a cultist tent, declare that they're going to take them down, and then the entire party ran off onto their boat and sailed away.
We bravely ran away.
Bravely ran
Bravely
away.
ran away.
Our party now has been the night. You guys have sailed off from the island. You've spent the night on your boat, whether sailing or not, but it is the next morning. The question is, what do?
So, what's the plans, guys? Where are we heading from here?
Guess we go to the terrarium. Entrance to the terrarium.
Yeah.
Yes, Lucas has a competition to win. Bring us all fame and glory and riches.
Did you get all the supplies you needed for this competition?
I did, yes. And I will be practicing those meals from now until the competition. So
You're
ready.
saying we're going to be guinea pigs?
I wouldn't put it like that, but sure.
I mean, I'm a volunteer guinea pig, so...
All right then.
So let's... well, a volunteer guinea pig when it comes to trying Lucas's cooking.
So what you're saying is, if I need to test out chalk again, you're willing to taste test.
If Lucas makes the chalk?
You have more than one piece of chalk?
No, but I might acquire another.
If we see you with chalk, I'm definitely not getting near you.
I feel like we shouldn't fear the chalk.
The chalk should fear us.
It's a tool to be used wisely than we have been.
I mean, that's not a high bar to cross, though.
Then we should succeed.
So to the terrarium. Where are we keeping that map again?
Feel like that's something the captain should keep track of.
Oh,
Isn't it that there in your pocket?
Good use of the imagination there, Meerkat. Inspiration
is.
point to you.
It's possible Nadar has it hidden in his room somewhere. Let me go check.
I mean, when y'all were attacked, that map was still laying on the table before the pirates disappeared. So it would be wherever you guys moved said map from it being in the center table.
Do y'all remember moving the map? Is it still on the table?
I really don't know. I kind of remember, like giving it to someone, and I feel like I would have given it to Lucas because I give everything to Lucas.
Let's go look in Nadara's room. And I'll just start walking towards the room.
To the captain's room?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you all walk into Captain Bull's room. And of course he's got that big window in the back. And there's a table in kind of back by that back window. It's kind of like a large desk table type thing. A couple chairs in the room with a nice couch in there. He's got that nice soft bed, which Fang has curled up on currently. And there's a small like knocking at the closet door. But you do see said map on top of the desk.
There's a knocking at the door, you said?
Yeah, there's kind of a at the closet door. There's like almost like a drip. Like when you leave your sink, you don't turn it off all the way, and then we wake up in the middle of the night and you kind of hear.
So it's like a thumping. It's not like somebody's like rapping on the door.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a thumping.
Okay.
Nadara's still in the closet, right?
He is.
Okay. Or best go investigate that in case it's a leak.
So,
Do you open the door or what do you do?
Yeah. I opened the door.
You open the door. I need you to make me an acrobatics check.
Oh god. 8.
8. It's almost comical and cartoonish. As soon as you open that door, a pile of junk mail just pours out on top of you. As you're kind of looking, and you kind of stand back up from that junk mail, almost knocking you over. That box that you had dispelled magic on not too long ago, when you put Nadar in there, is now like rapid firing junk mail from inside the box out into the room now.
And I fall backwards as mail consumes me.
Crew runs over and helps Lucas try and slam the door back.
Okay, yeah, both y'all make a strength check.
11.
15.
Yeah, it takes a few seconds, but you do manage to close the door to the closet.
I assume letters are still flying. Or do we hear them flying out inside the cupboard?
Yeah, you still kind of hear a kind of sound now.
Maybe.
Oh, what the? Go ahead.
That's not me. That was Nadar.
What are these letters? I pick one up and look at it.
I mean, it's your average junk mail to come down today to try Tostino's tasty trinkets. And then another one you pick up and is like, you still owe 3 golds for the Siegel newspaper drop-off. Please send it to Eric Hocker Crier as soon as possible. Another one is just a bunch of just random stuff like that. Nothing that would be so, catch your attention or your eye, but most of it is just junk mail, snail mail, things that don't really matter. But obviously, like with these magic mailboxes, people have learned that they could probably send a bunch of just random letters to people. And it's that kind of stuff.
Mm.
Things you would normally throw away in your normal human mailbox in the real world.
I don't know who's
Coupon.
Yeah, I don't know who signed us up for these letters, but we need to get this to stop.
Yeah, we don't need all that extra weight. Maybe we can get one of the brothers to, like, nail it up.
Not a bad idea. We could use it for kindling for the fires.
We could.
Is it like thousands of letters or?
No, like, I'd say like 10, 15, 10.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, okay, it's not that bad. It's not like an avalanche of mail.
No,
I was thinking
no.
Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
No. It's like 10 letters or whatever. Like, it was enough that it pelted you and knocked you over when you opened the door, but it's because eventually, the thumping kind of stops and you see, if you open the door again, you would see that the magic box is now glowing again, magical, ready for you to send and receive letters.
I'll gather them all up and stack them on Bol's table. Here you go, Bol. You can deal with this.
Bang. You want to start a fire?
He curls back up and turns his back to you guys.
That is no way to speak to me, young man.
Continues to ignore you.
What did you do to him?
I haven't done anything.
Did I do something?
Knowing you, probably.
Fair enough.
Maybe... You talked to Nameless, right?
Yes.
Maybe you can have Nameless talk to him and see what he's upset about?
I suppose. John will call out Nameless.
Nameless will come in, his head's down, just walks in super slow. Almost like a puppy that's been in trouble.
Nameless, it's so good to see you. I have a very important task for you.
And important for me?
Yes. Can you communicate with this creature and see what it is that is upsetting it?
Oh, Fang?
Yes. Fang. That one.
Yeah, I can do that. Walks over, you hear them kind of growl back and forth for a minute. He's just upset that you came in and disturbed his nap.
I see. Bull, it seems that the quality of food that he's been receiving is not quite up to his standards.
So, Lucas,
Thanks, ear perks up.
Lucas, you need to make better meals for him, I guess. We need the high quality chicken, none of that like low tier stuff.
Oh, no, not chicken. He demands a vegetarian-only diet. Preferably of MASH.
Insight check.
I mean,
Crap.
What did you roll?
Not good. 5.
I got a 18 plus 7 for deception.
Okay. Well, do we have any potatoes or carrots or something we can make a mash out of?
Well, we got enough of both. I'll make him some at the next meal.
Oh, that would make him so happy.
I don't think so. He really likes the meat. I don't know about that, Master. I think he really likes the meat. You want me to ask him?
John just leans over and pats Nameless on the head and says out loud, "You've done very good, Nameless. Thank you so much."
Oh. Okay. You're welcome. Anything else you need?
Not right this moment, but I'm sure later we can have some fun bonding time.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go prepare some stuff. And he runs out the door.
Okay.
We don't hear Nameless, right?
No, it's all in Jean's head.
Okay, so he's just talking.
And
Conversation.
John, are
am not!
you speaking out loud, or is this all in your head?
So I was talking out loud, but Nameless is in my head.
Okay.
The talking out loud was for y'all's benefit.
So Crew is going to walk over to Fang and just kind of pat him on the head. There. We'll get you some better food tonight. I promise.
He curls up. Have you ever had your dog? I guess your dogs may not be small enough, but mine sometimes will like wrap itself around my hand, and I can't really get my hand up anymore.
Yeah.
It kind of does that around your hand.
Well, I live here now, so y'all, you're gonna have to go over there and see if the map is still there.
Oh yeah.
That's why we walked into this room. I forgot.
John will start looking, if there's a desk in the room, start looking around the desk.
I mean, yeah, there's a map laying on top of the desk.
Sweet.
Um,
I believe this is it. There are shapes and oceans.
Well, does it have any landmarks that you recognize the name of?
That's a good question. Let me quickly roll a history check. No. I don't recognize anything on this map.
Maybe it's voice activated.
when you look at the map, it does look blank, right? It's got that circle in the top right corner for that compass. If you were to put the compass back on it, you could. But you do see like a little ship. And as you look closer at the ship, it kind of animates like it's kind of floating in the water. Like you might see a little drawing of a ship on a video game screen that just kind of floats, and the little waves underneath it are moving, and the little boat sails are kind of like blowing in the wind.
Interesting. This map I hadn't quite noticed before, but it seems to be moving.
Does it seem to be moving in the direction we're moving?
Well, the water is moving. There's a ship and there's a sail that's flapping, but the ship is stationary and The land is stationary.
There's, again, it's just a blank page except for the ship and the water underneath.
Ah.
And the circle in the top right corner.
It looks as though... Where's that compass? Who has the compass? John will start patting his
Is it on the
pockets.
table next to the map?
John looks up at the table.
Make an investigation check.
Ooh, that's better. Let's see what my investigation is, though. Ooh, 12.
Yeah, it's right next to it. You
Ah.
literally just need to pick it up and put it on the map.
Yeah, so John will pick it up and put it on the map.
Awesome. Yeah, now do you place it right in the circle where it might
Yes.
fit?
Yeah.
Yeah. You watch, suddenly the compass begins to spin really fast, like it's getting ready to take off like an airplane propeller. And then things begin to show up on the map. It almost like apparates things that are around you. And you realize that the images of the islands that are close by you are starting to appear. There's some continents, and it starts off like a large world map, and then it almost like zooms into within like the masses that are within like 100 miles of you. Islands and different continents and different things. You swipe your hand across it just for a second. You realize you can kind of move and almost like tap the land masses and places that you'd like to go to. If you tap on a continent, you can tap and the continent itself would get bigger and allow you to select a town or a city if you'd like to do that. Or you can select different islands, and then you watch like a little. When you select a place, the boat will almost travel, give you a red line to kind of follow to the fastest route to get to said place by boat.
What happens if you double tap on an island?
This is
It releases it, and so then the line's back into your boat.
I was hoping it would call for pizza.
most fascinating.
It would call for pizza, you said?
Yeah, if you double tap on an island, it'll call that island for pizza.
Gosh, no. But it is cool because as you tap the different places, the needle of the compass will kind of point you in the direction that you need to move. Instead of pointing north, it'll now point it in the direction of you need to go.
Well, this is quite fascinating, but as I don't know where the terrarium is, and John's kind of scrolling around to see if there is anything that might be labeled terrarium found here on this map.
As you mentioned terrarium, you kind of notice the map spins for a second. There's almost like a little sand egg timer pops up for a second. It flips upside down, and you watch the little grains go down and flip upside up, and the grains fall. This is like 2 or 3 times, and then you watch as the map kind of shifts and moves, and you can see the continent of Azima, which is where Tortune, that first town that you guys sailed away from, and you picked up Lucas and apparently crew as well. Or apparently Bull as well, excuse me. And then it kind of goes past these 7 wreathed islands that are below the continent, and to the never soggy waffles to the west of it is a it kind of almost marks a spot, a dot there that you can select on.
Jean will press that spot.
And the red line from your boat gives you the most direct route to said spot. It doesn't take you, along the shore of Azima or anything. It just kind of gives you a straight line there, and you're looking, and you realize it's going to take, as we've mentioned before, probably about a week and a half to get there, depending on how the weather is.
It looks as though our path will take us near Tortune. If there is a need to resupply, we could do so there. Looks like it's the entrance to the terrarium, or there's no landmass here. It's just a point, and John motions to the map so that at least Lucas can see that there's nothing there. But I have a feeling that if we make our way to this spot, we will find whatever it is we need to enter.
Does seem like it. Have you ever been to these 7 islands that are there?
Above the islands, there a name appears, and Altane Island. Part of the Withered Wreath Islands is the name of the islands. Withered Wreath Islands. Appears across the 7 islands as you point to it.
Which 7 islands? I can't see the map from over here. I mean, most of my life was in Tortune, so probably not.
It says that it is the I can't quite make that out. What does that say, Lucas?
It's in big bold letters.
The Withered Wreath Islands.
Withered Wreath, yes, that's what it is. Withered Wreath Islands. I've not heard of them myself.
Yeah, I've been there before.
Is there any civilization? Might we find repairs or supplies there?
You could. There is civilization. You could probably find minor supplies, but overall, probably not.
Minor? I hardly know.
Or what kind of mining do they do there?
Minor, not mining. As in little. Well, it is mainly islands of turtles.
Ah, some of your kinfolk?
Yes. Yeah, that's where I was born and raised for the first part of my life. I really don't have much desire to go back in the state I'm in.
What state would that be?
Well, turtle kind don't really take well to magic users. Especially ones that don't come from a divine place.
Intriguing. Do they know of your affliction? And John kind of gives a chuckle as he says it.
Well, affliction isn't really what I would call it, Jean.
I'm just using the words that your kinfolk would use in jest.
But yes, they do know about it. They actually kicked me off the islands because of it.
I see. So perhaps a place we should best avoid.
Probably, even though it would be nice to see a couple of old friends from there. But again, it'd be hard for me to go back and be welcomed at all.
Well, we've been here on this island for 3 days amongst quite a crowd. None too happy to see myself. I'm sure we could manage a few islands of turtles.
I mean, we could always try, but I also feel
It's up to you.
I feel like we could get some really good supplies in Tortune as well, if we need to.
Yeah, were you saying you wanted to go back there?
I do, yes. That is where my life is.
How long before you need to be in the terrarium, Lucas?
I don't know. I assume I'll get another letter saying that it's time, but I just need to head there.
I see. Well, I think we could make a short pit stop in Tortune and let Bull take care of whatever business he may need to attend to quickly, and losing a day or two may not hurt. Wouldn't you say, Lucas?
Definitely. We can go to Tortune. I won't spend too much time in town, but or whatever you need to do with whatever family you have there, we can do that.
I know we were able to get meager supplies for Franklin and Pinklin, so maybe we need to get some more wood for them to steady up the ship a little bit more. I guess we should check in with them and see if they need more.
Very good. I'm the quartermaster. I can take care of that. See what it is that they need. Begin making an inventory of everyone's needs, so that when we arrive in Tortun, we will be able to hastily get what we need aboard ship and not take too much time away from our main goal of getting towards the terrarium.
That sounds like a good plan to me.
Very good.
If you are to travel to Tortun, it will take, just looking at the map, it'll make it about 2 weeks to get to the terrarium. But about it adds about three days to your travel, but not terrible.
If we don't even have a timeline, 3 days isn't much. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to stop and get supplies anyway. So
and who knows? Maybe you can find some fresher supplies. I mean, if you're going to be practicing for the next couple of days, you're going to need to replenish anyways for your cooking stuff.
definitely. And there's some interesting shops there, but I may not spend too much time there, so we'll see.
Were you able to find good supplies there the first time through?
Yes, I had to leave with what I could purchase on the day, so we'll try and search more while we're there, but not take too much time.
I know my way around somewhat, so maybe I can show you some good shops.
Oh, I know the shops. I just have some bad interactions with some shop owners there, so I just don't want to go back into town for too long.
Gotcha. Well, you're a friend of mine, and most of the shop owners respect me.
Very cool. You guys are getting ready to set off to sail to Tortun?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. With it taking, it'll take about a week to get there. Give or take. So we will kind of do some traveling with the course of 7 days. Is there anything specific you guys would like to do over the course of the next 7 days specifically, or want to discuss then over this next time frame? Or
Crew is going to each night just go through the closet and all of the random junk mail and just see if there's anything he can glean about the captain through all that. Because I'm assuming most of it is addressed to him.
Yep. He paid a small fee every once in a while that it looked like he would send through the mail to continue to receive the Aarakocra Crier as a newspaper, which you haven't received in the past day or two. There was a cancellation on that unless you pay your back payment for that, which is about 3 gold. It's a back payment, and then it'd be a silver every month to kind of continue that receiving that paper. Everything else is just kind of just random. Like you got a coupon for a random place in Tortun to get a small discount on shrimp. There is a bunch of other random places that it looks like he's just kind of traveled over the world and signed up for random magazines and stuff that come through. So nothing so terribly exciting. They're like, yeah, this is like super good information pertinent to understanding Nadar any better. Just mostly trash mail.
And then I'm also going to attempt to feed Bang the mash.
Yeah, he's not interested in that. In fact, he seems more frustrated with you. He burns it all up to a crisp in your hand, and doesn't return to bed that night.
Jean, apparently Fang didn't like the mash. Are you sure Nameless talked to him?
He didn't? We'll get to the bottom of this.
Here we are in another installment of The Middle Bit for a Dicey Experience. If you're finding yourself enjoying your adventure with the Fates, please take a second to follow, rate, and even comment on our YouTube videos and audio versions of our podcast. Every interaction boosts us in the ever-daunting algorithm and helps us to grow and thrive and continue to make great content for many years to come. If you aren't enjoying, please let us know. Feedback is the best way to impact the show and how we continue to move forward. If you weren't aware, our incredible DM Jason Sketch streams on Twitch. You can find him there at twitch.tv/jasonsketch. That's twitch.tv/JACEN sketch. His great community is helping create some NPCs we are meeting in this campaign. If you'd like to help make future NPCs and impact the story, please stop by and say hi. You may even meet some of the cast of A Dicey Experience there. Another great way to interact with us is on Twitter and Instagram. You can find us on Twitter at Dicey Experience or on Instagram at A Dicey Experience. If you have any ideas for magic items or have any questions about the podcast or the cast themselves, use the hashtag #ADiceyFate. We would love to hear and see it all from you. Now with all that out of the way, let's jump back into the story. I think things are about to get really interesting.
Nameless?
He slowly walks out. Yeah? Yes?
It appears that Fang did not like the vegetable diet that we served him. Why is that?
Well, he would definitely prefer meat. I think we discussed that briefly when you said that you wanted to serve him vegetable mash. Master, I don't understand.
Oh, Nameless. And Jean will, laughingly turn to Bull and say, it looks as though Nameless was playing a joke on old Fang.
I wouldn't do that to him. That's not very nice to my friend Fang.
They're great buddies, apparently, and just playing a prank. Yes, I apologize.
Fang was my friend?
Fang would much prefer meat. Boys will be boys.
So we do need the good chicken then. Okay.
Yes.
Can I have some of the good chicken too?
Oh, you like the vegetable mash. Is that what you're saying, Nameless?
What? No. Is your mind ear broken? Master?
Oh, now I see you're playing jokes on me. You like the meat?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Nameless, you shouldn't try and be so tricky.
Just kind of walks away. He's got a mega big confused look on his face. Just very, very confused.
So, Lucas, how much meat do we have? Do you think we can make something good for Fang tonight?
Oh, you didn't like the mash?
Apparently, Nameless was playing a joke on him.
Oh. Okay. Well, that was a waste of my time.
And a waste of good veggies, too.
I'll teach you to get rid of my levitate while I'm above the ocean.
Sure. I'll make them something that'll get them over the mash.
I sincerely apologize about the extra work. He's really, he's a very large creature, but he's a young boy at heart.
Maybe one of the captain's steaks. I know we still had some excess of those.
Sure, yeah, we can get rid of that. I guess nobody else here, apart from myself, will eat that now, so I'll make sure to keep that aside for both Fang and Nameless. And I'll start cooking those up for them.
I will take the cooked meat and find Fang somewhere. I'll check the captain's quarters and also check the crow's nest.
He's up there on the crow's nest. He's kind of hanging out with their good old bugbear friend up there, Drake, who is he's got some jerky and he's kind of just feeding it to Fang, and Fang seems to be enjoying that.
Fang, where are you? Are you up there?
Oh yeah, he's up here with me. You need me to throw him down?
No, don't throw him down. I'm coming up. And I'll start attempting to climb the crow's nest, I guess, one-handed, which is not good for me.
That's easy enough. I've climbed plenty of ladders one-handed.
Yeah, not when you have a -2 dexterity.
Acrobatics check?
A 17, actually.
Oh, that's impressive.
Hey.
As soon as you get up there, Drake nods and he starts climbing down out of the crow's nest.
I will sit down on the pile of flags and bang. I'm sorry that Nameless played that joke on you. We have some steak here if you want that. I'll attempt to hand it over to him.
Animal handling.
That is cocked. 11.
It takes him a minute or two, but I think he eventually becomes interested and he kind of nibbles on it a little bit. And as he eats more and more of it, he'll kind of scoot a little bit closer and start cuddling in.
I will start just kind of petting on his head and down his back. You know, I really do care for you, Fang.
Oh no.
You're one of the few things on this ship that I can just open up to and not have to worry about it backfiring.
He finishes the steak and he snuggles real close in. He's like right against your hip.
That's where I'm going to spend the rest of that night at least.
The next day. Let's do that. Anybody want to roll me a d6?
Nope.
I guess I'll be the captain and roll it.
Yeah.
A 2.
2. Okay. You wake up, crew, and it is raining. It is just not pouring rain, but like that annoying like light drizzle that just kind of keeps coming down almost all day long. Somebody go ahead and make me a somebody else make me a roll. Just any dice. It can be any dice.
The D4.
Okay, that was perfect.
4.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a rainy day. Nothing super exciting happens.
Is Fang still up there with me in the rain?
Yes. He's definitely sitting underneath your shell though, and doing his best to stay dry.
I hate getting wet. Fang, you want to go dry off?
Kind of nods his head.
I'm gonna pick him up and start climbing down the crow's nest and head towards the captain's quarters. If I see Drake on the way, I'm gonna tell him to go back up to the top.
Yep, no problem. Happy to do it.
Yep.
Just let me grab this alchemy jug and I'll head that way.
What's in that jug?
Right now, mayonnaise.
All right. But if you get drunk and fall off, I'm not rescuing you.
Would that
Okay.
Would that be mayonnaise? A lot of wine in this jug.
White Claw. Smells like White Claw as he walks by.
That mayonnaise is fermented.
Anything special you guys would like to do today?
Jean will go around to all the crew, including Nameless and Fang and all the weird, creepy doll things, and go ahead and start compiling a list of everything that they would like and the things that they need in order to keep the ship afloat long term.
Sounds good. Franco and Pancon, I think everybody else kind of just gives you basic, easy stuff, just kind of to not jot down basic average things. Franco and Pancon kind of like, hey, eventually you figure out through conversation that they wanted like metal poles to like build like a large ballista with, not this tin roofing. So they're kind of just wondering why we have the tin roofing and not the metal poles. And they also inquire about the little orange balls they asked you to pick up from the magic shop.
Did we get those?
Nope.
Nope.
El Capitan, and John's making as many hand motions as he can. Capitan Grande y Capitan muy pequeño. And he just kind of, John just kind of smiles at him and, nods.
What is he looking for? I do not under. He's saying one captain's big, one captain's small. Does he want to? Do you want to shrink captain to fish bait?
Capitan Grande. Taco Bell.
Okay, gracias. They just walk away.
Oh, thank goodness.
And that is the title of this episode.
Okay, gracias or Taco Bell, Capitan.
Capitan Taco Bell.
Very cool.
Crew is just going to hang out in the captain's quarters all day because he is not going out in the rain. So he's going to study the map.
Lucas, anything you'd like to do?
I want to check on sorry. His name totally leaped out of my... What's his-
Frederican?
Yeah, Frederican. Sorry. No.
Oh, hi!
Frederican, just make sure he's okay.
Hey! How are you? I'm a little tired from the seeds I ate a while back.
You're tired from eating seeds?
Oh, yeah, the ones you gave me, and then I ran all over the beach, and I'm still a little tired from that.
Okay, well, and get some rest. I'll just come in and check on you, make sure that you're okay from your travels.
Oh, yeah. Are we gonna do that again? I'd like a heads up next time. I feel like Jean's not very nice for just making me lick stuff and taste it and disappearing, and those trees were really big and scary, and
Well,
did you know they could talk?
next time he pulls something out, don't lick it.
Is that a rule of thumb I should always follow?
Yeah, especially with him, yeah.
It's good to know. I'll keep that in mind and not lick anything that belongs to Jean, especially if he pulls it out.
On a different note, Frederican.
Yeah?
What are you wanting to do on our travels? Why did there must be some reason that you came with us other than us protecting you.
Oh, I mean, you said you would take care of me, and Captain Bull pushed me onto the boat. I didn't really feel like I had much of a choice.
Well, don't give me an answer now, but how about you decide for yourself what your life is going to be. You don't need our protection forever. You can be your own kobold, and I'll try and help you reach that dream. Okay.
Thank you. That means a lot. I know I don't want to serve a servant of Tiamat anymore. So this has been nice. Not doing that.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. But I don't know. I've never thought about leaving the big tree. This is new for me. I get to choose. I always thought I'd just be at the tree and live until I died. And oh man, his little green hands just kind of rub against his skull. I haven't thought about this before.
You're welcome to stay, but it's not by force. It's by your choice.
Do you need my help?
We can find something for you to do on the boat.
Oh.
If you want to stay.
I don't know. I haven't thought that far. I'll let you know.
Alright, good. And
Awesome.
just make sure that you're not on your own all the time. You can come join me while I cook, or join the sisters while they do whatever it is they do.
They're creepy.
Maybe they're just creepy because they're different. You should get to know them.
Okay. Can we do something about the big drake that chases me around sometimes? I think he thinks it's a game, but I don't very much like that.
Do you tell him that?
I imagine when I scream, "Stop! Stop chasing me!" that would have an effect.
Alright, I'll talk to Jean about that.
Okay, thank you. Anything else?
No, just think about what I said, and I'll leave him to whatever he was doing.
Yeah. As you turn and leave, he gives you a big old hug from behind. Thank you. You're my first friend.
Of course, we'll be best friends forever.
Stars light up in his eyes. Forever?
Until one of us dies.
I have to go journal about this. He runs off. The rain pours. The day continues. Would we like to move on to day 2?
Yeah.
All right, this is actually technically day 3. Somebody roll me a d6.
Not it.
Thanks, John.
Okay. 6.
Awesome. The rain has faded, but it is just really like muggy and hot. Like everything's kind of just sticky. Almost, kind of like you're in the Panama rainforest.
The best
Everything's
weather.
just best, okay. Hot and sticky and just buggy. Anyone want to roll me another dice? And just tell me the number. Doesn't matter what type of dice it is.
Sure. And we'll do an 8.
An 8.
And so I got a 6.
Awesome. It's just a hot and muggy day. Nothing exciting happens that day. Anything you guys would like to do on day 3?
Nope. Crew's just gonna sunbathe at some point.
At some point, I'll just speak to John about Nameless chasing Frederican. John, Frederican said that Nameless was chasing him, and it may be a game to Nameless, but Frederican's kind of freaked out. You just talk to him and just make sure he understands that it's not good.
Of course. Nameless. Can you come here, please?
Yeah, I was getting ready to go play tag with Frederican. He's really good at it. Sometimes we play hide and seek, and it's really nice.
Yeah. He doesn't know that you're playing, and to him, you are a big, scary monster. And you're
I'm a monster?
actually frightening him quite a lot.
No.
I know this wasn't your intention, but Frederican would actually appreciate it if you just gave him his space and did not chase him around the boat.
Oh, okay. Should I go give him a big hug and tell him sorry?
Nope. I think it would be best for the time being if you just gave some distance between the two of you. Let him have his space and his room and do the things that he enjoys, and you should not interact with him.
Okay. Never talk to Frederican again. Okay.
Unless absolutely necessary.
It's absolutely necessary.
Yes, if you'd like to
Absolutely
play
necessary.
tag or something, I'm sure that Drake would appreciate having someone to play with. Or I might enjoy a game from time to time when I'm not engaged in the duties of the crew.
Oh, you want to play now?
Lucas, don't you have something important that you need me to do? In the kitchen?
Well, don't. You want to learn how to cook?
Yes, I need to. I'm so sorry. Nameless, I forgot I had a cooking lesson with Lucas, just in case something should ever happen to him. One of us knows how to feed the rest of the crew.
Okay, so I should drive the boat then?
Yes, continue us on the current course that we are on. Very important responsibility. I'm very proud that you've taken up such a taking to navigating.
You roll me an intelligence check to see if he can manage it.
You just gotta hold the thing straight. Oh man, I rolled a 0.
A 0, okay. Yeah, you walk off, and maybe 15 minutes into like cutting an onion or something, you suddenly feeling the ship wobble around, and it's like turning a direction and wasn't going there originally. Crew, where are you at this time? Screw, you're sunbathing. You're now like sliding on your back and forth across the deck of the ship.
What the hell is going on? You're causing me to scratch my shell, John.
What do you guys do?
I'll look up. I'll look up to see that Jean is not at the wheel, and I will run over and try and grab it from Nameless.
Okay. Yeah, he's got it in his mouth, and he's just kind of shaking the wheel back and forth. Both his paws are on like the end there. How you planning on pulling him off?
I'm going to just grab parts of the wheel that he is not holding on to and try and just steady it at first before I start.
Strength v strength?
Sure. Because that is something I am good at. That would be a 10.
hear all the way in the kitchen, "Oh, I like this new game, Captain Bull."
Oh no. John will put down the onion. I'm sorry, Lucas. This has gone horribly wrong. And John will leave the kitchen and go back up and take the helm.
You just see Crew being thrown from side to side, like over the wheel.
Every time Crew gets his hands on the wheel, it's like that dog growl that when they're playing that. You're playing tugs.
Nameless, you were
tails wagging.
Nameless, you were supposed to keep the ship steady.
Oh, am I not?
No, I'm about to be sick, and I've been sailing these seas since I was a child.
Oh, I'm sorry. And you see his little tail go underneath between his legs, and he lets go of the wheel and he puts his head down.
Oh, don't take everything so personally. Grow up.
I'm trying. And he just walks off.
Crew's just gonna grab the wheel and try and steady us as much as we can. Jean, weren't you supposed to be up here doing this?
There were pressing matters in the kitchen.
And those
Onions.
were...
Onions needed to be chopped, and Lucas doesn't like it because they make him cry.
So you could have had Sally or Sarah do that.
I don't trust inanimate objects with my food, lest it be a bowl or silverware.
I'm just gonna stare at him. Oh, come back over here and steer.
Aye, Captain.
I was in the middle of my tan, and now it's going to be uneven.
Ah, well, I'm so sorry.
And my shell is now scratched, and I'm going to have to go polish it again, and my day is now ruined. Thanks. And I'm going to storm off back into the captain's quarters.
Awesome. Should we move on to day 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Somebody roll me a d6.
8. 4.
Oof. So you do lose a day today, because it is storming, and it is storming really, really hard. The rain is just pouring down, lightning and thunder are in the air. It is hard to visibly see which direction you need to go, besides just trying to keep your boat afloat from all the waves and all the turmoil that's happening in the water. What do you guys do to stay afloat?
John will make sure that the sail is taken down so that it doesn't rip and we don't get blown back and forth. And he does his best to ensure that the ship is always like going in the correct direction with the waves, so that we get as little spillage over the bow as possible and we don't drown. And he's attempting to direct Nameless and the dolls and everyone else to bail out the ship as needed. Pancon and Francon? Pancon and Francon?
Panconi Francon.
Panconi Francon? Are probably like below deck, making sure the like the cracks and things that they've repaired are holding and we don't start taking on water.
Perfect. I think this is the first time y'all see Drake really jump into action, really making sure the sails are well taken care of. He's swapping in and out with Jean at the helm, to where if whoever needs to go do something, he's kind of just there and being really helpful and really available. Always with one bottle of alcohol in his hand, but things stay afloat well.
Crew is mainly staying in his room, but every once in a while he'll like step foot outside of his room underneath the overhang so he's not getting wet. We'll yell some random orders and then go back into his room.
Perfect. Lucas?
The storm has inspired me to make a new dish, so I'm in the kitchen cooking.
Perfect.
I feel
All right.
inspired to be indoors.
Yeah, so later that evening, both the furry creatures that have been outside most of the day making sure y'all stay afloat come sauntering into the kitchen, dripping wet.
I have made, and I'll present like it's like a wedge salad, but it's made to look like a giant wave crashing on top of a bed of like mixed vegetables.
Quite thematically appropriate, Lucas. I appreciate your services.
This looks good. Thank you.
Nothing like a full belly after a hard day's work.
Of course, that's why I'm here.
Is it good though?
Do you
Guess
need to
so.
want him to roll a performance check?
I think we need to while in the midst of a storm.
Oh yeah, that's a natural 20, but
Nice.
I have 0 performance, so
You could first, you can kind of tell that Drake was visibly like kind of disappointed. It wasn't like a meat or a hearty soup or something that might like warm him up. It's just vegetables. But as he goes into it, he's like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing! I didn't think it was gonna be that great, but this is really good."
I was really worried too. Don't tell Lucas.
Okay. Yeah. Has he ever found the dish I made for him? Is he
Yes.
happy with me now?
Yes.
Yes.
He
Okay.
It was so great.
Oh, good.
You did
Good. I was worried.
You did a good job, but I mean, as you can see, he's a really good cook, so we might want to leave the cooking to him from here on out.
That makes sense. I'll keep doing that then.
Yeah.
He smiles. He lifts his fork, kind of like a grateful thanks, and keeps eating. Day 5. Let's get that D6 roll.
Alright, I guess it's me again. Another 2.
Okay, yeah, the storm has died down, but it is now just straight raining. So the rain never stopped, but it's not at least not storming. You guys are able to kind of get your sails up and keep moving. Who would like to roll me another dice that does not have, any dice at all? It doesn't have to be a specific dice, just a dice.
I got it. 11.
My man, Jean. We have not done this in a while. Will you roll me a D100, please?
Okay.
Oh no.
That's what I just rolled. 85.
85.
And this is where the fates meet their fate.
It's okay. We're running on lettuce power.
Running on lettuce powder.
It's
Oh,
like
man.
spinach for Popeye.
That's right. Oh, man. Well. Are you guys ready for this?
Yes.
Dun 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 dun. Oh.
A couple of whirlpools begin to generate around your boat as you're sailing along. I imagine Crew's up in the crow's nest. Jean is out by the wheel, and Lucas, I guess you're still in the kitchen. Some whirlpools begin to manifest around your boat, and John, you kind of try to navigate around them, and you're realizing that they almost seem to follow you. And then 4 large water creatures begin to spawn from within these whirlpools and begin to climb up the sides and the edges of your boats. They are slowly getting a little bit larger as it rains around them.
John's going to yell out, "All hands to deck! All hands to deck!" And
as you
pull out
do-
his sword.
4 water elementals
oh man,
stand in the middle of your boat. And we'll begin this encounter next time. Thank you guys for hanging out with us, and as always, next time, we'll be deadly serious next time.
Meh.
Well, we had a good run.
Yeah. It was nice knowing y'all.
All right. Bye-bye.